I'm Budda and you're watching Dr. Guitar, a show for all you guitarists out there. In today's episode, I'm showing you the amps Robben 4 used when he came here to Braga Blues Festival. The amps were actually mine. He only bring his guitar and his pedal board, so the amps were mine. And it was the Super Reverb, as he always asks, so this is the Super Reverb. It's a 70s silver face Super Reverb, sounds incredible. High powered, it's way more than 40 watts, I think it's around 85, so it's really high headroom. And he paired it with the matchless DC30, my matchless DC30. He asked me, like, he always likes to play with two amps. So it was like, what do you have, what second amp do you have? And I had a deluxe reverb, but he said like he would like something different than a Fender. So the DC30 is a magic pairing. The sound I was playing in the intro, I'm not pretending to be Robben 4, he was playing his PRS. This is the closest thing I have here in the studio. Obviously not try to play as Robben 4, I just want to take the chance to show you how he used the amps, the setting of the amps, and how they sound individually and then together. In the intro I was playing some Robben 4-esque inspired licks, but that's just it. I can't pretend I'm Robben 4. And unfortunately, on the interview I did with him, you can watch it here also. On the interview I did, I forgot to ask about the amps. He was kind of not feeling super well. He's kind of sick, so the interview was fast, and I couldn't ask him why did he choose this amps and why did he set his amps the way he did. So the Super Reverb by itself, and he always uses a slap and a reverb, so I'm using the Eventide H90 to have that. The Super Reverb itself sounds like this. So you can hear a reverb, can also hear a slap. Not exactly the same as he uses, but it's in the ballpark. And he uses the Super Reverb way louder than I would use. The Super Reverb has a master volume. He's using it on 3.5. I always use the master volume way up and the volume a lot down, because it makes more sense to me. But he's using the EQ almost all the way up, like treble on 9.5, mid-range on 8, bass on 9. I usually don't use the bass that loud. I use the bass like on 3. But I'm replicating his sound and it sounds really cool. Then he selected the matchless DC30 and he didn't like the EF86 channel. He preferred the normal channel. So this is how the matchless by itself sounds. And now both together. And he was mainly playing his bridge pickup, that's why I'm also doing that. It's a loud, loud, loud setting. on stage, and I was watching the show, of course. It's really loud. The guitar was really loud. If you were standing in front of him, it was really loud. And another thing I found really interesting, he asked for an SM57 for his vocals and SM57 for his amps, which is kind of, you think of condenser, big microphones, and he ordered for the most simple microphone ever. Funny enough, I also use SM57s live, and I use an SM57 for my vocal. Although I use mine with a foam protection because of the pops and because it changes a little the character of the mic, gives it a little more bass. But I found it really interesting that Robben 4, being Robben 4, plays with SM57s. And that's it, my friends. I just wanted to show you how the amps sound because it was a gap on the interview. Simple. He doesn't play stereo. It just plays 2 amps. So there's no stereo effects. It's just same reverb, mono delay going into 2 amps, splitting into 2 amps. He likes the splitting and the headroom and the sound he gives it. That's it, my friends. I hope you have liked the show. If you're liking what you're seeing here, I would ask you to consider to become a patron. And I have to thank my dear patrons, of course, who already are patrons for ages. You guys rock. If you want to become a patron, you'll be getting early access to episodes, free video lessons, free backing tracks. My huge thank you. You can also become a YouTube Pro member. You'll be getting the same goodies only on YouTube platform. And if you think you want to just consider it, the tip jar on PayPal. Thank you so much. We'll see each other next week. Bye-bye.